You'd have to find something on your wall behind you to take off to hang it up, unless it could go like underneath.
That American flag can go.
Get that the hell out of here. Everybody has one of those. Who cares?
Don't burn it. Yeah, don't burn it. You'll go to jail.
No, actually, I really like that flag. I didn't mean that flag was one of the last, or maybe the very last flag to fly in Afghanistan as they took it down and left. So soldiers asked me if I would. That thing is a certificate.
It says "Job well done."
Talking about. And there's
mission
patches.
Says mission accomplished. The date is like August 2003.
Okay, it wasn't our best war, but it's the only one I have a flag for.
That's war.
That's true.
I want one of those Vietnam flags.
It's all muddy.
Soaked in blood and smells like weed.
It's going to be my new business. Selling off the Amazon flags with counterfeit certificates. What it's been. This is from the moon, idiot.
I want like a melted. I would want like a melted gear shift knob from the Road of Death in Iraq. I watched a 30-minute thing from that Simon Whistler guy. If you don't know who Simon Whistler is, he's the bearded guy with the bald head and the British accent that has 8,000 YouTube channels.
Who it is?
Yeah.
If you search Simon Whistler, you'll immediately be like, oh yeah, that guy. But he had the 30-minute video about the Road of Death in Iraq, and I came away with it with a different thought process. Like apparently, like they had raped and pillaged in Kuwait, and most of the vehicles that they had that were sedans were stolen Kuwaiti vehicles that they were making away with after they'd raped and pillaged, and those people had it coming. I think they killed like 1,500 people, but they destroyed like 10,000 cars and military vehicles and tanks and jeeps and all sorts of stuff like that.
That would be a cool collectible, like just the skull of that guy hanging out the front of that truck on the highway of death
with his head all crispied. That picture wasn't distributed in the US. Only like 2 news organizations distributed that. He talks about that in the video. They were in the UK.
I've never seen this guy before. This bald guy with beards, like I've never seen one of his.
He genuinely has at least 15 different informational YouTube channels that are really high quality, well done, well written, well read stuff. It's very good.
I just scrolled down after searching Simon Whistler, and someone who I guess dislikes him, some commentary guy, was like, "Why is this guy everywhere?" And the thumbnail is him, and it says "The King of Slop." It's like, based on what you're saying, Kyle, these don't seem like slop videos. He's just like,
if I made that content, I would hate him too.
My favorite, Kyle, and I bet you've seen this. This is the war story content. You know, what was the name of the Russian mercenary group? They were in Ukraine early on.
The Wagner Group.
The Wagner Group. Well, I think it was during the first Trump administration, although it's not political. They were attacking a U.S. protected oil drilling facility in the Middle East, and the Russians are attacking the Americans. The Americans call up Russia, and they're like, "Are you attacking us? Like, we don't normally do this." It was in Syria, and the Russians are like, "Nope, it's not us." And they're like, "You're sure now? It's not you?" And they're like, "No, not us." So then America unleashes holy hecking hell, and like the drones, artillery, like we just go bananas on them.
There was an AC-130 there.
There's an AC-130 loitering drone, not the kind of like kamikaze drones, but the drones that fire missiles.
Apache helicopters.
Apaches.
And Navy SEALs or Delta Force. I don't remember which were in that's who was there. It wasn't
Delta Force was like the first responder on there, and they're like helping organize the aerial attacks. And we just absolutely demolished the Wagner Group. But the story is really well told because it's like, it has this nice arc of like a few Marines went out to like address it and like make them stop, and they got overwhelmed, and they're hunkered down in trenches, like just hoping that help can arrive, and then help arrives and in force, and things are just boom, boom, boom. You have to watch it. I could get you a link. It's maybe 18 minutes long.
This is the medal the Russians gave the men who survived that operation. If you look at the medal closely, you'll see that's an Apache helicopter firing down at a Russian soldier who's on fire.
Oh my
That's
god!
their medal.
There's the medal just for living through this assault, and the documentary thing I'm talking about is like, while this medal is real, this scene never existed. There were no Russians standing tall facing Apache.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't. Nobody would.
I bet there were a couple guys very, very briefly just get vaporized the second you stick it up. That is a ugly medal. I don't like it. It's not symmetrical. It doesn't. The lettering on the sides, that's not even like Russian lettering.
That was Arabic. It looked
Arabic,
like, so perhaps the Syrian government had something to do with the medal.
Yeah, if you're gonna put a medal out, like spend a couple days on it, like a couple drafts.
They only had to make like 8. They probably weren't a lot they needed to make.
Yeah.
They didn't want to spend a lot of time.
A good one's like the Purple Heart,
Oh yeah.
very simple. They kept it simple because they're like, we're gonna have to give out a ton of these, and so let's keep it simple but also classy, also nice looking. And all of our high level medals, like the Silver Star, Bronze Star, Medal of Honor, they all look nice. They all look good. Maybe Russia's high level ones look good too. I don't know. I bet North Korea still has the trashiest ones. They're over there fucking stat padding.
Those things are made of lead. They look heavy. You see those guys just.
I've never seen those. What?
Well,
Really?
they have like 55 medals on every single general, and it's like all of them.
They put them on their pants.
Are too old to have
Like their
served in
chest
Korea.
gets full, and then they start pinning medals to their pants leg. I'm not even kidding.
0% of them are old enough.
They haven't fought a war since the late 50s.
Yeah,
That's the key thing here. I found a picture. I want Zach to share it. There we go. But like, you have to understand, this is, if you look at the medals on these soldiers, none of them were alive during the last war that the country participated in.
Mhm.
So what are these medals for? Like latrine
Holy
duty?
shit!
KP?
Oh my god, they're huge.
None of them have the well-tailored suit medal, I notice. Or that scout badge.
That is
You
what
also-
that's kind of what Kim Jong Un wears, though, right? Doesn't he wear like huge suits and huge
That's
clothes?
true.
He doesn't have much
Everybody else
choice.
has to look fat too. That's a good call. Like he dresses the whole gang
His leadership
slovenly.
gets more impressive all the time.
I love it. And he's the only one that's allowed cheese.
It's like in the movie the interview or whatever. Kim Jong Un is like, "Oh yes, it's true. We have many fat children." Like he's bragging that there are fats in his country because that's a sign of wealth.
It is crazy they went onto their legs. I know you said it, but now that I
Arms!
see it, yeah, the arm.
Dude, it sounds like fucking Santa's sleigh when they're all marching. They're jingling.
Listen, the Koreans are coming. Jingle, 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 jingle.
There is power creep in our military's medals too. I've noticed. I saw one of our like generals from the past 10 years, and it was like some guy, and he had a huge, just whole side of his chest full. Nothing as egregious as that. And then I checked, and it's like this guy never even like saw combat. Like he wasn't that kind of soldier. And then I saw like a comparison one where it was like General Patton or someone, and he had just like a modest little like maybe 3 with like 2 under it, which like a really small area. And it's like, wow, we've been power crept too in this way, just like in video games where we're giving them out too early.
I don't
Are they
think
like
so.
Boy Scout medals or something, or like what are they giving the medals for? If they're running out of room, or if there's so
I don't
many
know.
now?
I know here it'll be stuff like those medals that everybody has, those little like stitched on things. It'll be like, oh, that person passed their rifleman exam. And so everybody has that. Or like this person is like an airborne member. So they have that. And then like,
I've
the
never heard
colors all mean
stealing
different
valor
things.
from another man, but here we go.
I'm stealing.
No, you're taking their valor from them that they earned and had on their chest. You're like, I don't count. Yeah.
Well, you know,
You think it was easy to thrive on the target range like that?
I don't have that medal. And so I wouldn't know.
I think it's like a marksman medal for when they like
Yeah,
score
Taylor,
like really
Come
high.
on. Some of these guys walked for hours to get those medals.
I can tell you what medals I earned, but I'd have
Around
to kill
the
you.
whole base.
We are not the North Koreans. If our guys have medals, they earned them. Like we fight, we have been continuously at war my entire life. Like what are we talking about?
That's what I was wondering, because I would love to see a list, because you always see all those medals all over. Just even U.S. generals. I'm sure there's a list. There has to be a way to decode all the things they're wearing and be like, okay, he has this for this, he has this for this.
They do it on Reddit. I've seen guys do that on Reddit where they like break down, especially when it's foreign guys. They'll be like, oh, this means that, and this means that, and the other. Sometimes it's interesting because sometimes it'll be like, oh, that just means he went to that country. He didn't necessarily do anything important. That's just the campaign medal that everyone who went there got.
I think
Which still, I mean, if you fly my ass to Iraq, whether I get shot at or not, you better put something on here. I went. I didn't stay at home.
I think I'm conflating the patches with the medals because the patches are different. That's what I like. Those are the ones where it's like, I went to Kuwait and and all I got was the stupid patch, like that sort of thing.
Did you ever consider going into the military at all?
Not even once briefly.
Really?
Never. No. I was like, this looks awful.
I definitely
very much did. Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
Absolutely did. Yeah.
After 9/11, it was like, let's go get them,
Yeah.
And then I watched Shock and Awe on TV in high school. And I'm graduating next year, and it's like, looks like we're mopping the floor with them. Like, get in and get out. We better. I might need to sign up today if I get to see any action here. This thing's not going to drag on for 20 more years.
Yeah. Dude, my friend.
If I joined that war then, I could have retired in that war from the military. 20 years of service on that one campaign that we didn't.
Had you joined, it would have been shorter.
We'd have knocked him out. I'm gonna tell you right now. Look, if I'd have been there,
I've seen the videos.
Different.
You're quite good.
I got Marky Mark, just like Mark Wahlberg. If I'd have been there, it wouldn't have gone down that way. Okay.
You'd have been sitting here, and on your jacket, you'd have your own set of finger symbols.
Fucking all over me. I'd be jingle jangling all over this podcast. Yeah. I'd make y'all salute. Like there would be. You would have to.
My buddy dropped out of college in like late 2009. Maybe early 2010, out of the ROTC program because his concern was like, the war's going to end any day now. I've got to get to Afghanistan. And then like he got there and spent a lot of time in Afghanistan, and it was like, didn't end so quick.
Afghanistan sucked, dude. There were those units that were
Fallujah
out there.
Was really sucky.
I bet it. I can't imagine what it's like to go door to door in a city with 10,000 enemy insurgents who want to kill you, and they mark their bedpost for every American they even shoot at. Like that would suck. But those guys, and I think it was Tora Bora or something like that, up in those Afghani mountains, they would have them stuck on some mountain ridge in a dugout with like sandbags around them, and they're like, "All right, you hold the valley." And it's like, what are you talking about? They're sniping at us every day. They'd have like the shitty rations, like they'd run out of their Pop-Tarts and stuff. Like they'd be out there for months at a time on a mountaintop in Afghanistan. I don't know if you know, the weather sucks there. like getting shot at, like that'd be a nightmare too. I wouldn't want any part of that war. That was such a sketchy war. Clearing those houses like your buddy did. Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't want to fight somebody in a fucking house. That gives up every advantage that we have as a trillionaire country. Like, we should be shooting them from outer fucking space, not getting so close we can smell them. Because that's what they'll talk about. The guys that are over there, like, you could smell if the house had people in it or if the food had gone bad. And if you smelled that spicy BO, you knew they were in there. And I'm like, what the fuck? We shouldn't be able to smell the enemy. It's the 21st century. We've got so much money.
That's too close. I wouldn't want to be able to smell my foe, because that would mean they could probably smell me too. You
hear about those tunnel rats in Vietnam would talk about they'd eat the Vietnamese food, so they would stink like the Vietnamese because their BO is completely different from their weird, wacky Viet Cong diet.
Would that work?
Yeah. The man crawls down into rat holes to kill people with a .45 pistol. Like I'm gonna take his word on it. I'll eat.
Would have been the worst rat hole.
I'm eating a foe every night before we go on patrol. If it'll get me through this. I
put a mirror on a stick and put it 5 inches into the hole and be like, all clear. Look down the corridor. I would be so unhelpful.
Yeah,
I spend most of my time like calling and trying to convince like the provision master that like, no, we didn't get any of that last shipment of food. Which is really just your unit that keeps losing it, and it's like, war is hell, brother.
I think ISIS came and snatched up all the strawberry frosted Pop-Tarts. I don't know. There was 3 cases yesterday. They're all gone.
Well, we came and investigated, and we did find all the Neapolitan ice creams with just the chocolate part eaten out.